This video is going to teach you how to take standard notation and change it into scientific notation. Alright, let's review the definition of scientific notation again. Scientific notation is notation that uses an exponential number where 10 is the base and n is the exponent, which just means that is a way to write very big numbers and very small numbers. So those are two different definitions, one that is very hard to understand and one that's easy to understand. Okay, let's review that most decimal, all scientific notation numbers will need to have a whole number, decimal point, another number. You can have as many numbers as you want to the right of the decimal, but only one number to the front of the decimal. And it will also have times 10 to a power. Alright, if I was to write 0.007427 in scientific notation, first of all, we know that it has to be, the decimal point has to end up right here in between the 7 and the 4. We know that one number has to be on the left of the decimal and as many numbers as we want on the right of the decimal, but only one to the left. So we know it has to be 7.247. So we know it has to be 7.427 times 10 to the something. Well, if we're right here, we know that we have to go back 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So we're going this way 4 spaces. So it's -4. In this number, 7,427,000, we know that it has to be 7.427 times 10 to something. We know our decimal point has to be right here, so we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to get to this decimal, so it's 10 to the 6th. Now you cannot use your calculator for standard to scientific notation, so you just need to know how to change it. So in this case, we know that this number has to be 2.1 times 10 to something. So we know it has to be 1, 2, 3, 10 to the 3rd. That's not 2.1. That's not 2.1. That's not 2.1. So obviously it has to be this number. Looking at this humongous number, we automatically know it needs to be 0.49. So this one's out and this one's out. Now, it has to be 0.49, so that means the decimal point has to be here. Well, we'll have to get all the way down there, so how many spaces do we have to move? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now in this next one, we know that it has to be 7.89 because the decimal point has to be there. So that's out, and so we're left with these two. Now, we need to get all the way here, so that's how many spaces? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we know that this has to be 6. So all of them say 6. 6 times 10 to the what? Well, our decimal point has to be here, so we need to go back 1, 2, 3. So we're going this way 3, so that means it's -3. Hopefully this has helped you understand scientific notation and how to write scientific notation from a standard form. If you still have questions or you need help, contact your teacher.